Hey everyone, welcome back. Um, I guess this is a part two to the wall tent, I suppose. Um, I'll take you around here, show you how things have changed, and we're all moved into the tent, so I'll take you in and give you a little tour of that, show you some of the stuff we've added and some of the features, I suppose. And yeah, let's. I'll show you the outside here. It's changed quite a bit. There's our little trailer. We're no longer sleeping in that or using the kitchen there, so that's just storage for now. I just got the little solar panel on top, just keeping the batteries in it topped up, so we have lights and that if we do need to go in there. This is where our old camp used to sit. Now it's just a big pile of crushed rock at the moment. So we finally got that big pile of wood split and stacked. Pam and the kids were working pretty hard at that for quite a while. It seemed like the never-ending pile of wood. And there's our solar panels. So we put this little solar array together with 1200 watts, and it seems to be working really well. So I got them set up was it 4 panels and then 4 panels, and then they come together. So it's running about 75 volts, I think, and we get about 35 amps out of that, so it's working really well. And hopefully that's enough wood for the winter, but if it's not, we still got way more to split. We got about 7 more stacks like this scattered around the property, so I guess if we run out, we just grab the splitter and keep splitting. So yeah, the front of the tent, we got a little 5-foot porch here. Got the dog bed and our 2 chairs sitting out here. We get shade, kind of like it is right now, so we can sit in the shade around, I think around noon, and so it's working out pretty good. And there's the troublemakers. That's Boots, and Puffin just ran for the hills. There's Puffin. We got these 2 guys to give our old cat a break from mousin'. Anyway, yeah, so this is Trinity's room, and on the other side here is Austin's room, and then we got basically our little living room area. Here's the wood stove. We got her connected to the outside there. It really feels like a home when you get a carpet into it. For some reason, the carpet made it so much nicer. We picked up this 24 volt DC freezer from the Cabin Depot. That was pretty cool. And these are our batteries down here. We've got 600 amp hours of lithium ion. Seems like tons of power, and it all runs through this little guy up here. This is an all-in-one solar controller, so it's the battery charger. It takes the incoming solar power. It does basically everything for us. So it's one box instead of multiple components. Oh, it's also the inverter. It's a 3,000 watt inverter. So we do have running water. There's our kitchen sink. This is an old cabinet my granddad made. He came from Africa. It's been all over the place, so we're just using it as a spice rack at the moment. And a little stove. And storage. It's not glamorous, but it's functional. This is our all our switches. There's our little fuse box. This little guy here takes the 20. We're running a 24 volt system, so it takes the 24 volts and knocks it down to 12 for the lights and things like that. The fridge doesn't run off of this because it's already 24 volt. And we got our little bathroom. There's the toilet. It's working really well. I don't mind it at all. And here's our hot water heater. So it works great. It's a little different. I'll show you here. We just have just one valve for the shower, and you just turn on that valve, and this just makes your hot water. So you don't blend it with cold like you would normally. You just set this guy to the temperature that you want your shower. So the kitchen sink and the shower both run at the same temperature. We just kind of get it to a position that we like, and then don't mess with it. Yeah, but this guy's been working really well. There's no smell, nothing whatsoever. It's been great. And finally, me and Pam got our own bedroom in here. So it's not huge, but it's definitely big enough. We got like our own little closet area, and some shelves and that. So, and the dog, just enough room for the dog bed. So underneath this bed is a huge bladder for water storage. That's why the bed actually, the bladder's bigger than the bed, so it had to come out further. So we're just using that like a little shelf, I suppose, at the end of the bed. Yeah, so in the winter, that's what'll be storing the water so it doesn't freeze. And yeah, no room for a dining room table, but that's okay. We just sit with it on our laps for now. And there's the front door again. It wouldn't be a cabin with a couple of swords hanging out above the fireplace. So that's the fresh air inlet for the stove, and then the two little ones on either side are just fresh air inlets that go in behind the steel that's behind the stove. So as the air goes in, it gets preheated before it comes into the cabin. And here's our propane storage. So this one on this side is just a spare. This guy's hooked up to the stove, and that one's for the hot water heater. This one for the stove we've been using since we got here. It's still going. And this guy here on the water heater doesn't seem to hardly use any. I guess we don't use that much hot water, so. But yeah, pretty simple, nothing fancy there. This is the exhaust fan behind the toilet, and it just runs continuously. I think it only uses like 1 watt of power or something. It's just a tiny little fan, but it blows pretty good. We got some bug screen on there to keep the critters out. And for water at the moment, this is what we've been using. I think these are 250 gallon containers. So we have that one attached. Got some PEX running into the pump inside. And this one we just leave empty because that's the one we go and fill in town, and then bring it back and pump it into this one, as we don't have the well up and running yet. But this pipe that goes into the side is also connected to the bladder under the bed, so I can move some valves around, and I can either pump into this tank or I can pump directly into the bladder inside. So my little generator storage, I used the crate that the wood stove came in. Just added some sheet metal to the top, and it keeps the snow and rain off it, I guess. We haven't been using it much since we got the solar hooked up side. So my little generator storage, I used the crate that the wood stove came in. Just added some sheet metal to the top, and it keeps the snow and rain off it, I guess. We haven't been using it much since we got the solar hooked up. And up top here we have a tarp going over the whole tent. It's attached with bungee cords, and it leaves about a 6-inch gap on the sides here so air can get through and keep it dry. But if it's any heavy snow or heavy rain, the tarp can actually come down and sit on top of the tent with the bungee cords, so it doesn't rip any of the eyelets out. So far it's been pretty effective. It works really well. So we started clearing some trees here. We got something coming, and we need a spot to put it. It's a surprise. We'll leave that for another video. But yeah, the ground's soft enough here with the clay that you can just sort of either push trees over with the tractor or dig them up. It's a bit of work, so we're going to try and avoid doing too many of those. But I've got a clear path here back to another clearing, and it's just some little trees in the way, so hopefully we can get through to that here in the next couple of days. And there's old Blue. Little Blue's got some new shoes. Those old tires were not the best, so we got her some new ones. Seems a bit better. So she's had her oil change and a new seat, and we've got some lights here we picked up from the local store. They're just where are they? Little LEDs, but they sure are bright at night. So those are what used to be my hazard lights. But we don't do a lot of driving down the road, so I think when we're doing the snow blowing, it might be dark, and it'd be nice to have some illumination. But yeah, it's kind of like we have a backyard now. Some more wood. So there it is. There's the big tent. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything, drop them down in the comments there. I'll see if I can do my best to answer them. And other than that, thanks for stopping by and checking out our new place. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.